Hi guys, this is my next episode of the Kerbal Space Program Let's Play series. And last time we just made a simple introduction, so let's go on and let's try our first mission. So where we are, I think we are ready to do one small little project as the first trial of our Let's Play series here. So let's go to the mission center and let's get first missions while cleaning up after a relatively not that bad accident. Actually, it's worth reading all these things because it's a lot of humorous things in there actually. So while cleaning up after a relatively not that bad accident, a group of clerks at Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society realized that we weren't making any progress at all towards learning if we allegedly did not know what we were doing. So as you've probably figured out at this point, this is where you come in. We'd like to officially start off the space program with a bang, a very controlled bang preferably. It's going to be a very trivial prestige, which means that it's really nothing. Expires in a long time. And launch your first vessel off the launch pod or the runway to achieve this goal. And it says it's incomplete. Okay. Now, there are some much more efficient ways to do things, to be honest. Well, let's accept that first. Click on it, and I'm gonna accept that. We're not gonna escape the atmosphere, that's for sure. We're not gonna orbit Kerbal, not yet. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. It seemed awful for the chief bookkeeper passing by Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society that we were getting nowhere near figuring out if we were really bored or just had no clue what to do next. Granted, the way we would often be dumpster diving was how we tried to prove to everyone that we definitely didn't have any goal in mind. We now need your help. So give us a quick crew report before launching. It's fine if any of the lights of the control panels are flashing, just give it a swift kick. It's actually a significant prestige, so it's going to give us actually a lot of reputation points. And it's also going to give us 10 science. It's also going to give us 61,000 money. I don't know what it is. So, recover or transmit any science experience data from Kerbal to achieve this goal. Okay, so let's take that one as well. And we already got 50,000 money because they gave us some advance. You see, if we go back here, it actually gives us some advance money to make sure that we are having enough funds to do things. So let's close it and let's go to, let's build our first vessel. Now every single vessel definitely needs one thing, that is a command pod. Now again, look at that, kind of funny. Originally built as a placeholder for a demonstration mock-up of a rocket, the MK1 command pod was heralded as a far safer and more reliable option than its predecessors by rocket scientists throughout the world. It is now commonly seen in active service. Actually, this one is not that funny. So we're gonna do that. That's gonna be our first thing, but it's not gonna fly itself, right? So we need something to fly. We actually have very limited resources right now. We don't have any fuel tanks. That sucks. We only have one kind of engine, so we're gonna have that engine. All we have to do is actually bring it close and it's gonna pop there. Okay? And then release it. Okay. Command, we don't have any command and control. We don't have, okay, we have a structure, but this one is nothing I would use for a while. We could put some fins on it, but actually, as a matter of fact, we don't even need that because this one is gonna be just fine. utilities, now we do need to come back, right? I mean, we don't want to blow up when we get down, so we have to have a parachute. We put it on the top. Okay. And science, we always have to look at for science, because the more science we make, the better it is. So we have some science here. Excuse me. Now, we're gonna have some mystery goo. Okay, this unit was something one of our engineers came up with while dumpster driving, while researching alternative applications for existing technologies. It's a sealed container which appears to be filled with a strange-looking substance. We couldn't reach in or break the canister open, but watching how the goo behaves when subjected to different situations could be very educational. Okay? Now, what we're gonna do is, we can actually have, if we put one of them here, that would work. The only problem is then it would mess up the aerodynamics. It's the weight would be on one side and everything. So what we can do is actually put two of them. We can put 3, 4, 6, 8, up to 8. So I'm gonna put 2 of them. I'm not even sure I should do that right now. But yeah, let's do it. Just and I think that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna have, okay, we can see where the center of masses is right in the middle. That's good. Center of thrust is right down there, and it goes that way. Perfect. Center of lift, I don't even know. It doesn't show anything. All right. Oh, it doesn't have, because it doesn't have any wings. Okay. So we also have a crew. Who is our guy? Jebediah is the guy who they give us automatically. Okay. It's only one person who can fit in there. So what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna save this spacecraft. I'm gonna say my first craft, and when I hit enter, I actually can, oh shit, come on, I can actually have some description here. Only a solid booster, a parachute, and the pod with a goo on it. I don't need to do this, because actually it's gonna pretty much auto-save everything, every airplane I make, but this way I can actually find it later. So there is one more thing. Here is the thing. We have a parachute and the engine. In spacecraft, everything goes by stages. First, as you can see, when you see a real launch, first it goes up, and then stage 2 comes. The solid booster fall off and then go on and go on. So right now, at the same when you start the engine, the parachute comes out at the same time. Now that sounds funny. That doesn't sound right. Actually, we have an engineer report here that says the same thing. It says parachute on first stage. That's not a good thing. Now, just for fun, let's see what happens if we actually launch that. Okay, the good thing is we're gonna be able to revert our flight at any time. So we are not gonna do so. Here we are now. We have, this is our throttle. Okay, and we can actually, with the Z, we can actually make the throttle 100%. So let's just say Jebediah is sitting right here and looking alright. He doesn't look unhappy or happy. Okay, now I'm not going to do any kind of science or anything now, because I'm just going to show you what happens if we don't change this here, because this is just going to be funny. So let's go. see, it opened the parachute as well, and the parachute is probably burning up. And this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna just fly over the place, turning around. Actually, it didn't happen to burn off the parachute, luckily, and by kind of like by accident. So it's still green, and it's gonna come down. It's coming down slowly, so we can actually speed up the time here twice, 3 times, or 4 times, because in space many things are taking place very slowly. But we can come, you can actually see as it comes down, you can even see the shadow of it. So here we go, we got down, and when we finish the project, we can actually, everything is intact. Actually, we are safe. He is happy, look at that. He's dancing around happily. So we can actually reclaim it, recover vessel. That is basically when we finish up a project. So let's recover the vessel. And voila, we actually got 5,000 more. We got science. We got 6 science. We got some data gathered. Well, we didn't really get data. We just simply recovered a vessel that survived the flight. That gives us science, 5 science. That's good. We actually recovered all the parts, so they didn't have any problem. Plus, we actually got some more money for some of them. Like mystery goo containment here, we actually got, the part value is only 800, but we got some more funds for it. So we got plus 2,882 funds from recovered parts, which is funny. And we have a crew who actually have 1 XP right now. He got some experience. He didn't get extra reputation, we only have total reputation of 2. Now, and here we see that we actually apparently completed our first goal. Launch our first vessel. Completion reward. That's why we got the 2 reputation, we got 1 science for that, and we got some money. Now, let's get back, because this is not what we want to do here. So let's go back here. We still have our vessel. Let's change that thing. We actually have to add an extra stage and put, first, everything is coming from the bottom to the top. So first let's let the engine work, and then we start the parachute. Much better, right? I'm thinking about, actually, since we already had a crew, I'm gonna put this other pilot, Valentina, in the airplane just for fun. Okay? And let's launch it. Now, if you remember, here is the thing that we have to do some science. And you remember, they actually told us to do some crew report observation from the launch pad. So I'm gonna do a crew report, and it's gonna give me 1.5 science. I cannot transmit it right now because I don't have anything to transmit it, so I'm gonna keep the data. That's good. And you know what I can also do here, because I already got this goo, is observe the mystery goo here. The goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now. That's okay, but it gives me 3.0 science. That's nice. Okay, anything else I can do here? I don't think so. So, let's fly. Again, let's make the booster 100%, and let's just go up. Actually, I'm gonna push T, which is like a stabilization. It's gonna give me stabilization. Only pilots can stabilize the craft. So let's go. it goes. We already we recorded 150, 300 millimeter per second, and we go up, 2,600, 700, 800, 900, 3,000. Okay, we are actually going upwards quite quickly. We already achieved 3,500. Where else can we get? 4,000. Okay, we only get to 4,000. So I'm gonna actually open the parachute. First, actually, it partially opens. It doesn't open 100%. And while we are coming down, we can see completion reward. We got some money and we got some reputation for 150, 300, and 3,500 meter height. It all gives us some money and some reputation. No science, unfortunately. And we actually still on solid ground. We are pretty much where we lifted off from, because we just went up and down. As you can see, about at 500, it's going to open up fully, slows down to about 6 point something per second, which means that it's nice and easy. Okay. We missed the original place just a little bit, so it's not that much. Okay, we are done. Now, oh, I forgot to do something. That's alright, we can do it we do one more small mission. We could have done everything in one mission, but I just want to go gradually here. So, what I can actually do even further, I can go outside of the airplane with my guy. The funny thing is, he's kind of not even touching, so he's flying above here. Okay? Now, one thing we can do is we can collect the data from the canister. Now, we cannot restore it. If we want to restore it, only scientists. So if this guy was a scientist, I can actually restore it and it could be ready for some other things. Okay? So now I have some stored data, and I'm going to actually store it into the command pod. I'm actually going to take data and store the experiments. Okay? We could have actually, we didn't do enough. I just and actually I can do an EVA report. I'm flying over Kerbal shores, because technically I'm flying, I'm not touching it. So it's kind of a glitch actually. I actually got some science. Okay? And I'm gonna save it back here so I can do some more. Now what else can I do? I can actually, what I can do, actually I can shimmy down, because I'm not gonna fly anymore with this. I'm actually coming down and kind of falling down here, I know, but look at that. I can actually walk around here on the surface. I don't know where I could walk, but right now where I am, I can do another EVA report, because I already stored what I had in here. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? It's not important, but I got 2.4 science for that. So let's keep the data. And I think that's all what we can do. Unfortunately, there is no way I could go back, because I have to jump up here, which I cannot do. So when I say recover vessel, it's actually gonna recover only my guy first. So it's gonna recover my guy. I actually have 19 science already. EVA report from Launchpad. I got 8 science. 2.4 science and 0.4 this one. there is no part here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. For a second I thought that it's gonna kill me again, because sometimes when this coloration comes up, it's gonna kill us. Actually, it says that we did the contract. We got 10 science for it. Okay? And we have, my first craft is still there. I can actually recover it. That's very important, because that's gonna give us 10 more science. It's gonna give us all the funds, so we have 130,000 right now. That's good. There's no crew in there. So now we have 130,000 in money. We have a little bit more reputation, but we are still in the gray zone. We have 29.5 science. Now I'm gonna save it first, because this thing is very unstable. Sometimes it's gonna just die. I'm gonna give it a name, just simply saying 01, because I'm gonna be able to find which one was first and which one later. Sometimes it's gonna become difficult. And let's see, first to convert done. Okay, save. But here's the thing, we actually missed a lot of opportunities what we could do. Let's go back and launch again. But we are going to do that in the next episode, because the video is getting too long. So I'll see you guys later.